Hello there everyone and welcome back to the start of a brand new tournament. This is Individual Marble Mayhem and joining with me for this whole entire season, it is Benfica.
Hello, everybody. I'm very happy to be here for what promises to be a very exciting season. As our first event is Funnel Endurance. It's the classic rules where you have to spend as long as possible in the funnels to try to win. You can see our long course here. It should be some exciting racing. We're going to get right into the test run with these teams. It's at 5 times speed, so it goes by pretty quick. And I think it is one of the lighter marbles in the lead. Yes, it is. It looks like a white marble that I see in the lead. And yeah, that white marble doing pretty well now. It looks like it might be a cat's eye. They go through that final funnel already. It goes by very quick towards the end. And yeah, that white marble is going to get the win.
As we are now loading here in the first heat, it's Firefly, Patriotic, Arctic Fox, Soundray, Sushi, Chameleon, Candy Cane and Tiger Shark all loading into the funnels. As you can see here, something has changed about this track since last time out. There are 4 brand new funnels here at the bottom of the race. Should make things more interesting as we are starting the heat. Looks like Tiger Shark managed to get out in front early on here, and Patriotic is also up there. Sushi and Soundwave are currently at the bottom. Arctic Fox is also currently struggling. Looks like there's a 2-mile battle for the lead. Patriotic barely gets by and they overtake Tiger Shark for the lead. Chameleon is currently in third with Firefly in fourth. For meanwhile, Sushi is not having a fun time down below. But they are joining 3 other marbles there in a 4-marble battle. Who's gonna get the rest out of it? It will be Arctic Fox now in dead last. As it looks like Tiger Shark has managed to retake the lead over Patriotic, as Chameleon is also up there, battling with Patriotic for second now. They do lose out on that battle. Patriotic might be able to battle for the lead even. As we now zoom back into the bottom here, Arctic Fox is still struggling. Soundwave is also not having a fun time here in the funnel course. Look at that, Tiger Shark and Chameleon. Oh my! That's Patriotic. They're far ahead of Tiger Shark. So now see who's currently in the advancement zone. I think that is Candy Cane at the moment. As you see, our first 2 marbles have actually dropped them by. It is Arctic Fox and Soundwave. Firefly also drops them by. Like it's gonna be Sushi next unless Candy Cane goes by, but it will be Sushi falling on through. That means we do have our top 4 here. Candy Cane will be finishing 4th. It looks like Tiger Shark might actually be finishing 3rd in the end after having such an impressive start here. And yeah, they will be finishing 3rd. Looks like Chameleon will be finishing 2nd here. I'm not even realizing the time. Time actually is gonna go surpass 2 minutes here. Patriotic gonna have an excellent time here in the first race of Funnel Endurance. Will they be able to survive past 2 minutes 10 seconds? Yes, they will. What an excellent time this marble has been doing. Patriotic. Wow. As we're gonna take a look at the replays here. The start, of course, was very chaotic for a lot of teams. It looks like Tiger Shark just had such a good start there, but they fell back down to even past Chameleon, but they still luckily advanced. Fortunately for those wonderful marbles, they did not advance, and unlike in previous seasons, the 9th through 16th will in fact be based on times. So we're gonna see the results come up any second now. And there it is, Patriotic with a 2 minutes 15 will be getting their first pace, and Candy Cane, Tiger Shark and Chameleon will be the other 3 advancements. Unfortunate for Sushi, Firefly, Soundwave and Arctic Fox still not be advancing to the finals as we now move on to Heat 2.
Here we have Goblin, Electrojet, Quartz, Penguin, Supernova, Iceberg, Axolotl, and Signal Flag. 5 very bright marbles here, even 6 if you count Supernova. And we're about to get right into the funnels. Here we go. We set at the top of this very tall course. Is that Supernova I saw with the best position? No, it's not. I think that is Quartz that now has the best position. Doing very well up there, and I think his Goblin going to that red funnel now. Moving around, and it's going to be Goblin taking the lead, I believe. Go into that third funnel. We have a few strugglers at the back. Axolotl is one of them. They're not doing too well. Neither is Electrojet. They look like to have not a very good angle. Electrojet's angle even worsens a bit, but they do manage to gain 2 positions out of nowhere, it seems. Goblin still holding that lead up top, though. We go down, we're almost about a third through the course. We go, look at that, collisions there in that blue funnel. Look at the chaos there. The absolute brawl for the positions there. They all fight for the angle. Electrojet has moved all the way up into third after I was mentioning how poorly they are doing. And Quartz and Goblin with those best angles up top. Penguin is not doing well. I see them down there. Axolotl's even made a move. Electrojet loses the position. Axolotl now into the top 3. It's very surprising. I didn't expect to see them there after how bad they were looking. And I think, is that Penguin who's taking the lead? I think it is. We already have some of the final funnel. Our first marble is about to be done. Electrojet has collapsed. All the momentum that he had is now gone. They're going to finish second to last. Candy Cane, I think. No, that's not. Candy Cane falls down. Quartz is in second. Down they go through that final funnel. This is going to be our last marble not to advance. Down goes Signal Flag. And we have our top 4 that are moving on. Very impressive stuff from those marbles. And then look at the time with this heat going by a lot quicker. It does not look like we're going to see a 2:15 or above. You can see that is remarkable. Shows how good Patriotic's time was. The last marble to cross doesn't even cross 2 minutes. Take a look at the replay. You can see the beginning of the race there. There was a big brawl that Quartz was the winner of as they took the lead in the race. You can see that green funnel. Look at that angle there from that marble in last. Not a very good angle at all. You see that one kind of sucked you towards the center. And that blue funnel, you can see the chaos and the differing angles there. There's a look at our last funnel. And there's the drop there by Signal Flag, which sealed their fate of not advancing.
Yeah, that was unfortunate for them, as we see the Heat 2 results much slower than in Heat 1. That might be bad for marbles like Signal Flag, who failed to advance here, but it will be Sushi getting the best of the rest, with the best time of today with the 1 minute 34 seconds and 96, followed by Signal Flag, Firefly, then Supernova, Electrojet, and I couldn't read the rest in time. So now move on to the Funnel Endurance Final. Ruby, Penguin, Quartz, Candy Cane, Comedian, Goblin, Tiger Shark, Patriotic, and Axolotl now racing here in this final. They know what to beat here. Of course, Patriotic and Comedian, 2 of fan favorites today. They both surpassed 2 minutes. So it'll be interesting to see if they will be able to do it again. And we are off here in the first tunnel. Who looks like they're gonna take the lead? It looks like it might be Comedian there. Yes, they will. Comedian will be taking the lead here. Looks like Quartz is currently in second. Meanwhile, down below, Tiger Shark and Candy Cane are not having a fun time. Along with Axolotl, who's also struggling down in that bottom pack. Say, Penguin is also down there. Penguin was just doing well in the top 3 at the start of the race, but because of those brawls and battles, Penguin struggled to gain spots there in the end. But now I can say that Penguin's starting to gain a bunch of spots to start to move into a third of the course. And look how big of a lead Comedian has. Oh my, is he now moving to the second half of the course?
Chameleon has a big lead, but they've thrown it all away. They make contact with Quartz. Now they're in a duel with Patriotic for the lead in the blue funnel. How this race has changed in just a few seconds. Chameleon still will hold the lead, but barely over Patriotic, because they still have that yellow funnel. Chameleon may be now extending it a bit, getting some breathing room, as I just saw Axolotl drop down there in a good position. Who is not in a good position is that Quartz or Candy Cane. Both of them look very similar. Now they're both in the final funnel, so it's not looking like a podium for either of them. Goblin is not doing well. We saw them be up there for a lot in Heat 1. They're about to drop down, but they do get a nice shove. Axolotl in third place. They're about to join the final funnel. In this battle for the medals here and the win, Goblin is going to drop down in 5th. I think that is Iceberg or Tiger Shark in 4th. I can't tell exactly. Patriotic is about to drop into the final funnel. But we know our podium is Axolotl, Patriotic, and Chameleon. There's a decent gap. Chameleon holding that lead. Can he maintain it over Patriotic? The 2 cat's eye marbles are going to duel for the gold here. Patriotic is losing ground. Chameleon does a great job to extend. Axolotl falls through. We're going to get over 2 minutes here. Chameleon is going to just has to steer clear, and Patriotic can't do anything as he falls on through, and Chameleon will win the first ever gold of individual Marble Mayhem. Will they beat Patriotic's time? They're already at 2:12. It's going to be very close, 2:15. They did it. Chameleon somehow beats Patriotic's time. What a final that was.
Yeah, what a role some of these marbles had in those later part of the funnels. Those new funnels can be deadly for some of these marbles. As we see now in the replays, Chameleon just had such a big lead and then they threw it all away. But then they managed to get it all back near the end of the course here. No one could be able to dethrone them, not even Patriotic, who had the best time of both heats. Looks like Chameleon, congratulations to them for getting to win here. They, of course, will be taking the lead in the overall standings. Look at that, 2 minutes, 19 seconds. Oh my. Patriotic also gets above 2 minutes time. Axolotl also gets closer for 1 minute 54. Those are our top three for the overall podium. As you can see, the podium ceremony, Axolotl, Patriotic, and Chameleon. Congrats to our top three here today, as we're gonna see the overall standings now, which will just be the results heat as well. Chameleon, what a masterclass. Patriotic though, we shouldn't save them either. They got to above 2 minutes in both their runs. The Chameleon starting off with the lead here, followed by Patriotic, Axolotl, then Penguin, Goblin, Tiger Shark, Quartz. Those should be all marbles that you should be able to watch here in the next event, which will be the length row.